Crotalaria juncea, known as Shanmula, is a botanical staple of Ayurvedic pharmacology, specifically categorized as the fourth component of the classical Dashmoola, the 10 roots group. Classical literature documents a clinical paradox in its application. It is simultaneously defined as a primary diuretic and a restorer of peripheral nerve function. In practice, this allows the plant to target extreme, distinct pathologies, clearing the fluid accumulations of ascites while also treating profound neurological deficits like facial palsy and paralysis. The question is how a single botanical agent maintains such precision across two separate physiological systems. Achieving these disparate results require the specific pharmacological manipulation and extraction methodologies detailed in classical Ayurvedic texts. These protocols are derived from 4 primary datasets: the Atharva Veda, Charaka Samhita, Ashtanga Hridayam, and Sushruta Samhita. These texts provide rigorous instructions that map specific extraction methods, whether aqueous or lipid-based, to these distinct clinical outcomes. By isolating the specific formulas recorded in these sources, practitioners can reconstruct a functional systems Shanmula, the applicatemic fluid retention of Jalodhara. Isolating the plant's diuretic compounds requires an aqueous extraction, a process where the root material is boiled into a concentrated decoction. The classical kidney formula uses a compounding logic that pairs Shanmula root with equal parts Gokshura, Punarnava, and Varuna. Adjuvants modify the decoction for specific presentations. Chandana is added for burning micturition, Varuna for renal calculi, and Guduchi for an underlying infection. Modern analysis identifies flavonoids like Luteolin and quercetin within water-based preparations. They modulate inflammatory markers, reducing localized swelling in the nephron structure. As inflammation subsides, filtration normalizes. This restored osmotic gradient clears the fluid accumulations of ascites. This aqueous decoction selectively extracts compounds, transforming Shanmula into a targeted tool for renal clearance. Treating the peripheral nervous system for conditions like paralysis requires a shift in extraction chemistry. To reach nerve tissue, the preparation moves from water-based decoctions to heavy lipid extractions, resulting in medicated oils or telas. The classical consensus across the major texts is the Bala plus Shan protocol, 500 grams of each root cooked into a matrix of sesame oil and milk. The lipid matrix acts as a transport vehicle, allowing active compounds to absorb transdermally and distribute to peripheral nerve tissues. Sushruta identifies this lipid protocol for localized neurological trauma, including ardite or facial palsy. The lipid matrix is the essential delivery vehicle that enables Shanmula to function as a Mahavatahara, an agent capable of restoring the functional integrity of the nervous system. Secondary metabolic uses are found in the seeds. Sushruta notes that when processed with milk, they support male fertility and testosterone production. There are also hybrid applications, where aqueous combinations with Guduchi and fenugreek are used to address diabetic neuropathy and blood sugar stabilization. However, a critical safety constraint governs the use of this plant in any form. Shanmula naturally contains high levels of pyrrolizidine alkaloids, primarily monocrotaline. Without precise processing or at uncalibrated doses, monocrotaline causes acute hepatotoxicity and significant liver damage. This risk is why classical protocols mandate strict dosage limits, such as 1/4 reduction of decoctions, and require professional clinical supervision. Utilizing Shanmula effectively is impossible without strictly adhering to ancient pharmacological constraints to manage inherent toxicity. These protocols form a clinical framework based on the targeted system. For renal clearance and diuresis, the protocol relies on aqueous decoctions paired with Punarnava and Gokshura. For nerve repair and paralysis, the protocol requires heavy lipid extractions paired with Bala and sesame oil. Because of the monocrotaline content, pregnancy and pre-existing liver dysfunction are absolute contraindications for any Shanmula-based treatment. Clinical success depends on respecting the precise pharmacological methodologies required to deploy these botanical agents with safety and efficacy.